Vanessa Jackson Show.
They got the streets on fire.
On Power 88. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Vanessa Jackson Show, where you get real talk all the time. I have sitting in with me today the lovely Tasha Robinsin-White. Yes, she is also the author of Right Hand to the Champ. Yes, the champ. We're talking about pretty boy Floyd Mayweather. Tasha, thank you for joining us today and being on the Vanessa Jackson Show.
Thank you, Vanessa, for having me.
Well, great. Well, guys, we're going to sit and talk to Ms. Robinson today. Or can I call you Tasha?
You can call me Tasha.
Okay, we're going to talk to Tasha. Tasha was right hand to the champ, Floyd Mayweather, for many years, but that's not where she started. So it's not all about Floyd. So please, let's be clear. Tasha, you also started in the music industry. Is that correct?
That is correct, in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. Give us a little insight about how you started in the industry and how you became to be with the champ, Floyd Mayweather.
It was the early 90s. Actually, in 1990, I graduated from high school and went to Atlanta to attend Spelman College. As I was going to college, I just happened to be in the right area, the right time when the Jermaine Dupri's, the group Escape, the group Second Nature, now known as TLC, they were just neighborhood friends, you know, people that were around. And my husband, well, at the time, my boyfriend or love interest, he was really good friends with Jermaine Dupri. He did some dancing with TLC, and, you know, he was just around that, and I was around it. And we met a guy named Ian Burke, and Ian was pretty much, you know, everything he touched turned to gold.
Right.
Literally. He was putting together major groups. And I was a girl going to school where I didn't display any talent at that time. But Ian kind of seen some things in me, and he said, hey, I want you to help me with this project and that project. And I started kind of just getting my feet wet that way. As these projects were grooming and growing, my first real job was working with the group Escape. And I was assisting Ian when he was managing them. Later, I went to intern at LaFace Records.
That's Babyface, correct?
That was Babyface. And that was when, to me, the South was really getting it.
Right.
Know? It was So Def. It was LaFace Records. It was Rowdy Records. I mean, it was a lot of great music, great entertainment going on. I always say Atlanta is the creative playground for the music industry.
Definitely it is.
You know, you start in Atlanta, you create, you go to LA, you bring it to life, and then you go to New York and you collect your check.
Exactly. So, in that order.
Yeah, in that order. So it was pretty exciting, and I got a chance to work with, you know, the best. There was Usher, Tony Braxton, TLC. I mean, the time that I was at that label, Outkast, I mean, all those groups were just becoming, and I was right there, you know, contributing.
Wow. Well, I mean, you have a long history, so, you know, I congratulate you on all the things that you've done. So, Right Hand to the Champ, you wrote this book. How did starting in the music industry connect you to Floyd Mayweather?
It really didn't. It started off, I moved to Las Vegas in 95.
Okay.
And then I got married and had my beautiful daughter. And and then you know, I said, hey, I'm in Vegas. This is untapped market. You know, I was in Atlanta. I left Atlanta to come to Vegas.
Okay.
I just kind of felt like, you know, I was at LaFace. I was interning. Then I got a position. And I was watching. I was taking it all in, and I was like, wow, but I just didn't see myself moving up really, really fast like I wanted to. So I came to Vegas where my parents lived, and at the time when I came to Vegas, there were no nightclubs inside the casinos. There were only like 2 nightclubs to drink, and I think Utopia.
Right.
So I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my promotion hat on and connect with my relationships and create a party, you know, start doing events. And that's what I did. And I did the Billboard Music Awards after party, and it was off the chain. All types of celebrities were coming. And Floyd Mayweather actually attended this event when he was trying to crash the party. He was underage at that time.
Right.
But I briefly met him there. And then my DJ Simp, David Samples, if you're listening, we haven't connected in a while, but it was you. He was the one that connected me to Floyd Mayweather. About a month later, we met up at a place called the Wet Stop, another reggae kind of nightclub around the UNLV area. And Floyd, we formally met at that time. Hi, I'm Tasha. I'm Floyd. Floyd told me at that time, how do you know all these celebrities? You need to come work for me. And I was like, okay. The same personality that he had then, he still has now. When he sees something he wants, he goes after it.
Right.
And, at first I was hesitant about it. I didn't know him. I didn't know much about boxing. The only person I knew was Mike Tyson.
Right.
Evander
Okay,
Holyfield,
yeah.
I didn't know who Floyd Mayweather was. But once I did get a glimpse of his world and who he was, and the streets were talking and people were letting me know this guy is going to be the next, and I seen more than a boxer. From the day I met him, I seen way more than this champion
just the
boxer.
champ boxer, right?
And
okay.
I think that's what really attracted me to him, because he had this certain drive in him that I felt I had in myself. So I think that was where we really connected.
Okay. So when you started off with Floyd, did you start off as an assistant, or did you just start in helping him build 50 Rich Records?
He never labeled me as his assistant, and I don't wear assistant very well.
Very well, exactly. I'm with you on that one.
However, I wear many hats. I call myself the right hand, because I was there. I was always in there with his best interests at thought. I was always right there with him and holding his hand. When he wanted to start Filthy Rich Records or any business venture that he just wanted to just jump out and do, I was right there with him. I was supporting him. I was trying to, help him out as much as I knew. And, he had money. He had money, he had determination, and he had drive.
Okay.
And then I had some experience. So we collaborated, and Filthy Rich Records was born. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Foundation, I basically was a founding president of that.
Okay.
And quite a few other things we just did together. It was just, we were a good team.
Okay. So to let the listeners kind of know exactly how well you know Floyd, how long did you work for Floyd Mayweather?
12 years.
12 years.
12 years. I'll say 12 years with the gap.
So the 12 years, I'm sure you experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Absolutely. And there was good, and there was bad, and there was ugly.
Okay. Well, the listeners, how our listeners are. They want to know, behind everything with this, and everybody know the character Floyd Mayweather, were your relationship ever sexual?
No.
It was strictly a business, friendship, relationship.
Yes.
Okay, because, in our industry, women,
yes,
they always think that we deal with celebrities, that we have to be the one sleep with them, work our way, sleep our way up
right.
and stuff. But women like myself and you, we don't flat back
just
it to get
because we're
ahead.
attractive women and we work for
Absolutely.
Wealthy people or attractive people doesn't necessarily have to mean that two people are sleeping together. So,
well, let me ask you, what was your exact purpose of writing this book?
I had 3 reasons, really. The one, I wanted to set the record straight as to why I no longer work with Floyd Mayweather. I stopped working with him in 2009. At that time, it was a pivotal time for both myself and Floyd's life. So he was going through some things at the time. I was going through some things at the time. And it just, we needed to go different directions. But I wanted to set the record straight. There's no love lost there. It wasn't anything malicious or hateful, or ugly. It was just, our time was up. And you can find out by reading the book, exactly what those details were. Secondly, it was therapy for me. The book is not entirely about Floyd Mayweather, and my experience is just working with Floyd Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I've endured some things in my life. I lost my brother and I lost my dad.
Yes,
I had
that.
marital issues. I was pretty transparent and candid in this book, in my writings. And, some of it did come from, me working for Floyd. I suppressed a lot of, issues that I was dealing with. I had dysfunctions going on within me, but it was easier to deal with Floyd's dysfunctions,
right,
or whatever
absolutely.
they may be.
Absolutely.
And I felt like, I was putting a lot more into that than into myself. And at a point, you have to start to take care of yourself, and you have to, recognize
right.
that.
Right.
With good friends and family around me and just, a little couple bumps in the head, I said, what, I have to let this out. I have to share, because it's just not me that's lost people, that even a job or a relationship or a parent or, anything, people go through things. And I feel like speaking about it, that was my therapy. And, I just wanted to address other women, talk to other women about this, and everything that is, flashes and is,
everything
glitters
that shine is not
gold.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's not always for you, I was a mother. I'm a wife. You know, there's some things that I sacrificed in trying to be successful in this industry.
Right.
And you have to sometimes look back, you know, you never get time back.
Right.
So.
And I seen that, you know, when I read the book, I did see the loss of your brother and your father. So condolences to you, because I know sometimes that still stay with us, you know, for a very long time.
Thank you.
But also in reading the book, it almost seemed like it's easily to say that you, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you cleaned up a lot of Floyd Mayweather's chaos and mess.
And like I said, it was easier to deal with someone else's dysfunction than your own, you know. I would say, like I said, you know, I was there for Floyd. We went through it. I tried to understand Floyd. A lot of people, you know, pay attention to Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, the money. You know, I paid more attention to Floyd. And, you know, I was happy to get to know Floyd, you know, and I understood the things that he may have endured to make him react in certain areas, in certain ways, that a lot of people don't get the full story. The media just gets one part of it.
Right,
and,
absolutely.
you know, Floyd gives you a little glimpse here and there. However, he doesn't, you know, he never has to justify himself.
Okay. Well, that definitely makes sense. Tasha, can your relationship with Floyd be described as dysfunctional at some point?
At some point, yes. I absolutely think so. You know, I think a lot of relationships are dysfunctional.
Absolutely.
Not just necessarily
not just in the business.
that particular situation.
Right.
Yes, I do. I do believe that at one time it was. I think that, and that was just us being young and not really addressing real issues. You know, I mean, it was a high. It was an intoxicating time in my life. You know, you know, as a young girl, I wanted to build this brand, and of course I wanted to be around the money and make money and, you know, get some credit for doing some great things in life. And, you know, Floyd made it easy. You know,
right.
He made it real easy. And, you know, when you were with him, you know, he'd say, you're with me, you're rich, you know.
Right.
When you're
Absolutely.
with me, you're a millionaire. You know, you should live like this. This is how you should be, you know, because you're with me. And, you know, that's where it gets unreal.
Right.
Because it's his life. He worked for that. Now, as well, while I'm working, you know, of course it's real for me because I'm working. But, you know,
sometimes
people,
you didn't get paid though, right?
Well, you know what? Honestly, not like that. I've always maintained, in the early parts of our working relationship, Floyd wasn't a millionaire.
Right,
so,
absolutely.
You know, I always had like a second hustle or another type of job, you know, to maintain. Up until like 2005, you know, I would say in 2005, that's when I actually exclusively was working only with Floyd. And at that time, that's when he was exclusively paying me really nice money too.
Right.
So it was substantial for me to, you know, give up everything else and just be with him on that level.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. I think we have a caller. Caller, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, caller?
Hey, how you doing? Hi, Tasha.
Hi.
Okay, and who, caller, state your name, please. Caller, can you state your name?
How you doing?
Hi, caller, can you state your name, please?
This is Mo P. How are you doing?
Hi, Mo P. Thanks for calling to the Vanessa Jackson
Hi.
Show. What is your question today?
Hi, Tasha. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I think I know you,
It's
Mo P.
Yes, you do. We worked with Floyd at the same time.
I remember you. How are you?
I remember you.
Okay.
I'm doing okay. I'm just reflecting on our times back in the day with Filthy Rich. I was coming in as you was supposedly going out, and we coming in and out during the same time. I'm going out, you coming in, I'm coming in, you going out. As we making our transition with Filthy Rich, as Floyd being a nice guy, a strange guy, but very nice guy. And I want to say congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't have the courage because he's a person that has a heart. and a lot of people that's been Florida side, they wouldn't put a book out to tell all book to tell this story in the Floyd how would I say it, in the life that they had with Floyd Mayweather. So I congratulate you.
Thank you so much. And just so you know, my book, I just want the world to know that this is not a tell-all. It's a personal memoir. You know, it would take a lot more pages to write a tell-all about
Right.
Floyd Mayweather.
Well, I know that much.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about it is, you know, people can sit and write a book about Floyd or tell all the nasty, crazy things that they've seen with Floyd, but you gotta be real. You were there. You know what I'm saying? You did some of those crazy, nasty things
right.
too.
Absolutely.
If not, you
Right.
done them. You actually were a part of it, or you were, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really be completely righteous, so to speak, against him. You know, I think if you're going to write a book about him, you know, write your story, write what you did as well, how you were involved in it and where you took, but we made history. Anybody that's ever worked with Floyd in the capacity that, you know, you or I have been around, we were a part of the history, you know, of this icon. He is the icon, you know, but it takes a team of people around you to help you get there, you
Absolutely.
know. And I mean, whether you're still there today or you're not, you know, it's not something to just go through. It's something to grow through. And, you know, it was the best opportunity for me. You know, I look back and reflect, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I had, you know, good, bad, and ugly. You know, I learned from it. And that's why I wrote Right Hand to the Champ. It was 13 lessons that changed my life.
Right. And speaking of that, Tasha, with everything that you pretty much endured, because when I read the book in depth, I realized that you had faced some IRS issues for different money things that went through your account that should have not went through your personal account.
That was poor accounting on my part. It
Right.
was not
It
anyone
wasn't
else's.
Floyd.
It wasn't Floyd's fault.
Yes.
It was Tasha's
So that's why I
fault
said when
because she allowed that to happen.
Right. So, and even doing all of that stuff, it showed that you still had a good love and loyalty to Floyd through everything.
Absolutely, and I still do.
Right. So it wasn't just business; it was more of a friendship as well. Like it was almost like you guys were family.
Absolutely, and that's exactly how I looked at it. Yes.
Tasha, one thing that a lot of people don't know, and this is something that me and Floyd used to talk a lot personally. He does have a big heart.
Yes,
he
absolutely.
He has issues, but he has a big heart, and what a lot of people don't know, he has a big heart. Me and him shared a lot of personal, private conversation that we talk. He has issues, but he has a big heart, and he shares his big heart along with his issues too. But he shares his big heart, and he's a very giving person. Or whether it's wealth or just love, but then he gives those other things too that you and I know. But you know, his heart is genuine.
And that's the reason why, you know, everybody definitely have to get the book to see that it is not a tell-all book. Trust me, people, it's not a tell-all book. There are some good light shed on Floyd. It's not all negative. It's just some experience that she did with that. It made her grow in depth and being a better person, learning to do things differently and better. And it does state in the book that Floyd was given. He gave a lot. And
Absolutely.
sometimes just because you're a giver and you have money, sometimes it attracts the wrong people. Just because people are around doesn't mean that people are for you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you've seen people in the camp that wasn't in his best interest, but they were there for the fame, the fortune, the money, pretty much.
I always say I attended Mayweather University and I studied Floydology.
Okay, good.
You know, a lot of people can say they go to Mayweather University, but they're not studying Floydology. They're studying moneyology. And, you know, if you don't get to know Floyd, you missed it. You know, He does have a character, Money Mayweather. And I was fortunate enough to know Floyd Joy Sinclair, then Mayweather. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I got to really know Floyd. And, you know, I was asked recently by USA Today, you know, I was basically fortunate enough. I said it. I was happy I met Floyd when I did, because me and Money Mayweather might not have gotten along like me and Floyd Mayweather did. And that's nothing to take away from the character, but we know that's a character, and once boxing's over, everyone's still going to refer to him as Money May or Pretty Boy, or whatever. He's always going to be Floyd. As long as you can see that heart, that's Floyd.
Right.
Money May might not have the heart. Pretty Boy Floyd might not have that heart. But Floyd Mayweather has that heart that yourself and me, we were able to see. And that's a privilege right there. Because some of these people that may work with him may not get that chance to see him, may not even get that close to see him.
You're right. They only know what the media says.
Yeah, they get a glimpse of it. I get so many people that come up to me all the time and was like, I would love to work for Money Mayweather. I would love to work for... I'm like, do you know his name? Do you know his birth date? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many children he has? Do you know who is, the love of his life, his mom, the people that's in his life? Do you know who those people are? Like, really get to know him. And, I think eventually, maybe after boxing, he will start to reveal that. But because of, he's a fighter, so he has to kind of play up to that bad boy image, so to speak. But I think that once people really get a chance to know, I'm looking forward to Floyd Mayweather's book. I want him to write a book about him. I mean, Tasha wrote Right Hand to the Champ, 13 Lessons That Changed My Life. That was Tasha's personal memoir. Just so happened she was working for this iconic boxer in some pivotal times of her life. So that's what I share. So when Floyd comes out with his book, or, people are going to come out with tell-alls and stuff like that, but this is not a tell-all. Right. I mean, it's a tell-some, but it ain't tell-all.
Right. So how did Floyd feel about, did you talk to him about putting this book out?
Absolutely. I told Floyd the minute I brought out the pen and pad, I said, Floyd, I'm about to write a book. I said, the book is going to be about me and my life, and it's definitely going to be about some of the experiences working with you. Right. I said it could be some good stuff, it could be some bad stuff, it's going to be some real stuff.
Absolutely. It's going to be the truth.
It's going to be the truth. And throughout the time of writing, I talked to him every now and then, and let him know, hey, I got the book. So when the book was ready to be published, I called him. I said, hey, I'm about to publish a book. You want to read it? Tasha, whatever you write, good or bad, it don't make me no difference. It's gonna keep me relevant. I was like, okay. Well, the title of the book is Right Hand to the Champ. He kind of laughed and said he liked it or whatever, and I just let him know. And he said, good luck. Like, that was it. After the book actually came out, I did get a phone call, and he was like, some people on my team said that you talking real reckless in the book, I was like, well, Floyd, did you read the book? He said, no. And I said, well, until you read the book, you had every opportunity. The people in your team know that we've been speaking about this book this whole 4 years that I've been writing this book. Do they know that? And, he never really answered back. He had every opportunity to read the book before I published it. He chose not to.
So you don't know if he read it or not?
I'm pretty sure he has not. I've gotten mixed reviews from various people that are in his camp. Even some of his family members, they have been supportive. Some of them have been supportive because they realize that they know the experiences were real.
Right. Because you have a really good relationship with one of his sisters. Is it Tawana?
Tawana, yes. Tawana and Fanny. I love them both, But it's not so much about... If you read the book, it's not all about him. It's not all about
Floyd. It's a lot of your experiences. It's just an experience.
If I had named him X, it's still the same experience.
Right.
And
so when some people read the book, I'm sure that they will grasp and think that when you were going through marital troubles, that it was because of Floyd. Do you consider it that it was because of Floyd, or you're working with Mayweather?
Yes. I mean, I was working with this rich man, who was buying me cars, jewelry, shopping sprees. We're traveling all over the world together. I mean, and you're married, that would put some strain on a relationship.
Absolutely.
So we endured, I think, real authentic situations that would happen in that situation. However, our love conquered. I'm still with my man.
Absolutely. Go, girl.
20 years, August 5th. If you're listening, boo, I love you. But we had our highs and our lows. And I can't really say it was so much because of Floyd. It was really because of me. It was how I handled it.
Absolutely.
And the things that were going on in my relationship, how we both handled it. I can't just take it all on me. I mean, we both handled it. There was a situation that's in the book about me being out of town, and my phone worked. Floyd took my phone to his room
that, yeah.
and he fell asleep, and he was calling his girlfriend, and he answered my phone in the morning, and then they brought the phone to me.
So it made it look like a whole different situation.
It didn't look right, but really it was
innocent.
It was an innocent situation.
Right.
So, but yeah, it did have some friction, and but again, I can't say it was Floyd's fault. It was me and how I dealt with it that made it uncomfortable for my relationship. Right. And again, that was something I grew through.
Right.
So
what is your relationship with Floyd as of today?
We're cordial. I mean, we may hit each other on birthdays or Christmas or, happy birthday or good luck on the fight. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Like that. And then sometimes, still a lot of people contact me as far as getting business opportunities to him, and I'm pretty transparent. I just forward the emails over to him directly, or I'll give him a call and say, hey, this person is interested in this. Are you interested? Yay or nay? Right. So it's cool. I mean, it's not the same.
Would you go back to work for him?
I would go back and work with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about for him. I think I think he's awesome. I think I don't know. I can't really say emphatically no, but I think where I'm at right now as an entrepreneur, I'm really finding my own right now.
Absolutely.
So, I just appreciate his friendship and just, knowing him and having that experience.
Right. So you want the listeners to definitely know that you're not bitter in any way in writing this book.
I'm better. I'm not bitter.
Okay,
not at all.
absolutely.
I'm better.
So since this book and since you're working with Floyd, do you feel like you have evolved over the years?
Absolutely.
And how so?
Absolutely. I feel I got to know myself. I really know Tasha. I'm engaging more with my family, my nieces, my nephews, my brother, my mom. I get emotional when I talk about these people, but
it's okay.
My children, I have superstars right there in my house, Jalen and KJ. So, at this point, I feel like I got it. I might have got it a little different than most, but I got it.
Absolutely.
So, I'm happy. I'm blessed.
Well, great. So I'm sure that with the challenges that you face, just not with Floyd, but, working with So Def and LaFace and then Mayweather, I'm sure that you got a lot of lessons out of all of those that you can now apply to your life and business.
I'm writing a second book.
Are you really? Can you give us the name of that new book?
I don't have a title for it yet, but the content's almost finished. I'm still kind of dabbling about titles. But it basically, because I was able to play a lot of roles, I was a public relations. I worked in management, product placement, marketing, artist development. I've done all of that, management. So I kind of seen it from other sides.
Okay, well, great. Well, that's our time for today. We want to thank all the listeners for tuning in today. And I want to thank the lovely Tasha Robinson-White for being on the show today. Please, Tasha, can you tell them really quick where they can go get that book, Right Hand to the Champ?
Amazon.com, ASAP. Amazon.com. It's available on Kindle, Nook, everything. Just go there right now. Or you can visit the website, righthandtothechamp.com.
All right, y'all. So again, thank our listeners today. I want to thank Tasha Robinson-White. Go get that book, Right Hand to the Champ. That's our time. And remember, you can and you will. This is the Vanessa Jackson Show. Thank you for listening.